Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys, we're live, hanging out for the post show. Got some people jumping in here. Gonna have some fun. Gonna talk about this direct that happened. How's everything sound on your guys' side? Everything sound okay? we're gonna get a couple people in here, guys, so we can talk about what happened here. A lot of stuff took place. Curious what everyone has to say about this and what happened here. This is an impromptu thing. I was kind of talking on the stream, and I was like, you know what? Let's get some people in here. Let's get some people in. Had quite a few guys in the last stream, so thanks for everyone who joined. But now we'll see what everyone thinks. We're gonna do a quick show. It'll be about 15 minutes or so. So it won't be super quick, and I will leave it up for anybody who wants to watch. It's not a problem. People are still on the other stream. Whoops. I mean, I ended it. People are still on the other stream. Yeah, there are a lot of people who were there. It's always fun when Direct comes around. It's always a good time. I think we had like over 5,000 people. So it was pretty cool. It's always fun when a Direct happens. So, but I sent some links out to some people. Sent it out to OJ, Max, Dreamcast guy. Send it out to Sean. Although Sean might still be streaming. Maybe.
Yeah, you definitely are streaming. It says live.
What?
It says live.
I'm talking about Sean. I just went live because I was just sitting around talking anyway to the stream before. I was talking about Sean to see if he was still streaming, but we were just streaming. So I sent links out to, we're streaming now with the chat, but sent links over to OJ and Sean if they weren't busy, just see what their thoughts were on it, since we're in like the post show now.
Yeah. Wow.
It was an interesting time.
It was, man. Oh man. Can I just hurry up and yell and say I never would have expected Smash to be real ever. I expected that 2 years down the road, not right away. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, OJ is still live. Okay, that makes sense. OJ is still live over on his channel. You didn't think Smash was going to happen? I mean, I guess it's to the point where we all thought it was going to keep happening, right? Like everyone kept hyping it up over and over and over again, right? Mm-hmm. So we were like, oh man, here comes Smash again. Oh, I wonder if it's going to happen. And then boom. I like the way they closed it out too, by the way. Did you like that little mini troll?
That was so good. Well, and a friend of mine on Twitter, Joe, he always tweets some really great stuff. I think he follows all of us on Twitter. And he said he could tell as soon as he saw how really the gorgeous render of the Splatoon squids, he was like, this is it. And I have to tell you, that's what caught my eye too, is that was clearly them showing off like, okay, this is Splatoon in the Smash engine. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at Dan Miller with the speculation already with the 5 saying, I swear I saw a Crash silhouette in the Smash reveal.
That was so well. Imagine if they freaking put like a Dark Souls character or something in there. That would just be so nuts.
Wouldn't that be cool if they did that?
Well, and I feel like it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Like something about that, we knew that there was going to be amiibo, but the fact that it's the Praise It amiibo, which is like one of the most diehard things of that fan base, and it actually makes you do that emote, it really makes me think that they're really going to lean in hard to the Dark Souls community, which I am so on board with.
Yeah, I really do want Crash to finally make his way in. That way we can actually do Mario versus Crash. Yeah. I mean, watch those commercials back in the day. Now it can finally be a thing.
Well, and all of that, Crash has a huge gauntlet of weapons, from the rocket launcher to his slide dash. Like, he has enough moves. Like, that's something in an old Smash interview, the director was talking about was that they really have to you have to reach into all the different parts of lore to make a character that's well-rounded. Crash already has all the skills needed. Excuse me if I'm hyped out of my mind.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's Smash, dude.
Well, just that whole thing. I still have to say, honestly, the only downside is I thought that way too much 3DS. I do not like that we're still getting so much 3DS.
Okay, yeah, it was. I think it was about 6 minutes of. I would have actually that was actually longer than 30 minutes. Whenever they say roughly, I always think, oh, it's gonna be like 27 minutes, right?
Yeah.
This was actually about 33 minutes, I think, is what it clocked in at with that Smash reveal at the end. But you didn't like as much of the 3DS stuff. Were you a little? Let me ask you. Were you a little annoyed that Luigi's Mansion is going to the 3DS and not the Switch?
Extremely annoyed. I'm in a space now where I feel like I don't even blame Nintendo anymore. I'm in a space now where it's selling so fast. Like, you tweet out the sales numbers all the time. The 3DS is just moving. And it's one of those things where if people are coming at you with handfuls of money, you're stupid not to take it. But it's just like, I wish we could convert that audience, because I want Luigi's Mansion on my Switch so badly. It drives me nuts.
Lord Boomis says, I was very upset and raging that I saw the Inklings and Scream Smash grab my roommate. What was Luigi's Mansion on the 3DS, not Switch? That's what we're saying now. I don't really know. They can't. It's so hard to leave that 70 million user base behind. You know, I mean, I guess they didn't announce anything massive for the 3DS, but they did at least. They kind of want to keep that going, I guess, just to let third parties know that they haven't given up on it, because what happened with the Vita when Sony just outright gave up on the thing, everyone abandoned it. So I feel like Nintendo's still kind of just stringing people along to keep it going.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a really smart business move. As much as I hate it and as much as it drives me nuts, I mean, it's probably still earning them hundreds of $millions a year. So it's one of those things where it's filling your coffers and it's funding you to do stuff like, who knows how long they've been working on Smash, but you got to pay your bills during that 4 years of development.
And I think they also don't want to jump completely from the 3DS to the Switch yet. I think they have a number probably in mind for the Switch before they make that jump. I think it's about 30 million is what they want.
God, man, that sucks, because even as fast as the Switch is selling, I don't like the idea of them finally cutting off the 3DS in October of this year or something. It's like,
it might get another Christmas out of it, dude.
I don't like that. I'm probably going to make a video about this tomorrow, like a rant video, because I'm just definitely at a point now where the 3DS feels like dead weight at this point. I feel like we're dragging it along. Specifically, Luigi's Mansion feels like they definitely sat down and had a board meeting as to whether to put it on the 3DS or the Switch, and they consciously chose to put it on 3DS, and that drives me nuts.
Welcome, Swift Wolf Coyote as a sponsor. Thank you for the sponsorship. Appreciate it. Yes. All right. So let me ask you this, because this is something going on in the chat. Everyone's speculating instantly, is this a new Smash or is this the ported one from the Wii U with extra features?
My guess, I think this is an all new Smash.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay. A brand new Smash. That would be something, wouldn't it? I feel like they could get away with porting the Wii U one over. I think they could. But they left us wanting more, right? They didn't tell us a subtitle for it or anything. We don't know like the next title underneath of it. Nothing. It just says Smash Brothers, Super Smash Bros. So hard to say at this point. It's kind of you go either way with it, couldn't you?
That's the reason I think it's not, though, is they've been really, really clear about deluxe meaning like the new re-release, and we've all even actually a lot of us actually like the deluxe branding, the idea of like, this is the game you already love but back again. The fact that they did not use the word deluxe is why I believe that this is a new Smash.
Maybe it could be using the same engine and pretty much assets even to a degree. And then they kind of rework single player, or maybe the stages and everything change. And maybe they also pull in all the stuff from the 3DS and the Wii U and just make, like, they just stop calling it like Super Smash Bros. Melee, for example. And it's just known as Super Smash Bros. And they just update it every couple of years.
Yeah. Well, sort of like what they did with Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2, is I feel like that was a really good way of being like, okay, we've already got the engine, we've got the graphics, we've got the physics, we've got a lot of the balancing done, which is hard as heck. At that point, we just needed to invent some new game mechanics and new maps. And I love it. I love Splatoon 2. I literally just put up a video called Top 10 Best Switch Games So Far, and Splatoon 2 is pretty high on the list. So I'm okay with getting a Smash Brothers 2, so to speak.
Michael Roberts dropped 2 in and said, "Keep at it." Okay, we will keep at it.
We'll do our
I
best.
think we'll both be around. Don't worry. Oh yeah, Swift Coyote says you're the first person I've sponsored after 10 years on YouTube. Wow.
Wow.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the confidence there. There's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure's on right now. I don't worry. I'll make sure I hit something with a hammer soonish.
Yeah.
That's what I'll start doing. Whenever I get a sponsor, I'll just smash something with a hammer. I'll just absolutely wreck something. Your thoughts on Fallout 4 on the Switch? I'm a little surprised they haven't seen it yet, but that would probably be an E3 announcement. This is kind of I mean, think about it. They announced this direct, what, a day ago?
Yeah.
Like no hype, or no buildup, I should say, for it. A lot of hype. No buildup. I feel like this direct was specifically designed to get them through the next 3 to 4 months was the idea,
Yeah.
I think, they're like, listen, we have this window to E3 when we'll announce more stuff. Then we'll jump on this. And I think that's what happened, right? I mean, a lot of the stuff is soon, right? It's coming soon. Probably.
Yes.
What do you think about Octopath Traveler coming out in July?
That's so, I forgot about that. Oh my God. The fact that they actually showed us a little bit more about the class system. Like, I actually thought the class system in the demo was, even as limited as it was so cool seeing the combat system. So the fact that they spent the 90 seconds of that trailer really just kind of coming out and being like, look, yeah, it's even deeper than you thought. Man, my hype is off the charts, and it's just so gorgeous.
Dougie was asking, either we get the Octopath Special Edition. At first I was like, I don't know, but then I realized you guys might want to see what's in it. So maybe I should get it and unbox it so you guys can see what's in there, because it looked like kind of a creative one, right? It kind of had like this, it was like a pop-up thing or something. Did you see that? I don't know what that was.
I saw it. I remember the book-looking thing, and that was really interesting. Like, I'm still not sure. I've been very public about the fact that I'm really burned on the idea of special editions. I don't like the fact, I feel like they don't fit on my shelves and stuff, and that really kind of irks me. But for once, I think I am going to make an exception, just because my hype for that game is so off the charts. I really want, when it comes out, I want to celebrate its release.
Yeah. It's this is something though. I really like the look of that. The Mario Tennis looked interesting. I got a little concerned when I saw it because it seemed like they were trying to do too much with the game, but then they quickly, like, it was very quick and aside, like, and then if you go online, there's also a mode you can do where you don't do any of this stuff. It's just straight up purist tennis. And I was like,
yeah,
that's the mode for me. That's the mode for me. A little concerned they didn't really dive into the single player to the degree where they're like, oh, you're an up and coming talent and you're going to be, I was like, I was hoping it was going to be a Game Boy Color style story where you're an up and coming talent and you're building up your stat points. It doesn't sound like
same here. Yeah. Well, I was hoping for something that would be like, hey, look, the story mode does exist. It's sort of this is the direction you want to take it. The fact that they spent I think it was like 14 minutes of that 33-minute thing was just them showing off like, no, it's this kind of power strike, and this is how you can break rackets. And it's kind of like, as good. It's one of those things where I'm sure that game's going to be great. There is no way I'm ever going to play it. Like, that's really great for other people.
I do like the Mario Tennis games. I did not like the last one on the Wii U. I think that was just a junk of a game, to be honest. Yeah. But this one looks like they're trying to redeem themselves some. So I'm on board there. I will at least get it. I'll play it. I really like the GameCube version. So I'm in if it's at least that good. And the GameCube version is like, I think, the pinnacle of Mario Tennis. Captain Toad comes over, another port. Okami, a port. But honestly, if you have not played Okami, anyone there watching this right now, if you've not played Okami and you have a Switch, you don't really have access to anything else, buy Okami. It's a great game. It is. Yeah. It's a good game. It has touch controls on this and everything. So
I put that in my video of the top 10 best games nobody played. That is actually that is actually still known as the lowest selling game ever to win Game of the Year awards. Wow. Like it's won like 150 Game of the Year awards and sold like less than 100,000 copies.
This is Mitchell. Ooh, Mitchell brings up an interesting point. What if they didn't reveal Luigi's Mansion for the Switch because it's going to be a part of the GameCube collection on the Virtual Console this fall?
Very likely. Nintendo is so hardcore now on seeing if they can double dip everybody.
I think a lot of people would for a GameCube experience on the go. I think people would buy into that pretty easily, especially if it's like honestly, I know some people might be like, it's expensive. I think if you get something like a Smash Bros. Melee and I think they would get $30 out of that.
Yeah.
You know, people are crazy, man. People are crazy about that game. They will throw money left and right at that. I would spend $20 on Mario Sunshine again.
Oh, we lost Sean. He came in for a second, then he left.
Maybe he's having some technical difficulties. That's fine. He'll be back. Sean RG85. Make sure you check him out. He'll be back.
There he goes. Hey, Sean.
Hello. Technology and me. Oh God, I'm doing the wrong thing. I don't know my attempt at a stream, but
dude, you should have seen me, man. I had some. Evan designed a whole new layout for me, which I like, but I was having echoing problems. I was all over the place earlier.
Dude, my audio was like, this looks cool.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, the whole stream and everything was lagging. I don't know what the hell was going on. So yeah, I'm actually editing a video right now to sort of make up for that. But I did want to hop in here when I just saw your tweet because
that's cool, man. Yeah, we were just having a quick talk about it. I wasn't gonna have it go more than like 20-25 minutes. We're about 15 minutes in now, but I mean,
let's face it, we're really just here to ride the hype train because that direct was. Man, I was expecting the tiniest thing ever. Whoa, that was freaking intense.
Max, what do you think?
Liked it a lot?
Yes, I liked everything but the 3DS stuff. I have a lot of problems with the 3DS stuff, but ending with Smash was a smart-ass move.
Oh, look at that. Sean, it's Stevie Richards, man. I saw that. Thanks, Mitchell. You know, they ended it with Smash. Makes sense. It was a lot of third party there in the middle, wasn't it? This is almost a third party direct. We had South Park, it's good because a lot of people see Nintendo as a kiddie company still. South Park is as far from that as you can get, especially the new one. I mean, people couldn't even stream the game because there are parts in that game that YouTube doesn't want you to show.
Just to explain how graphic, there's a scene early on when you get the ability to rewind time with your farts because you literally break the space-time continuum. And the way they show that is there's a guy standing in front of a door and a sign breaks, comes down and splatters him very graphically, guts shooting everywhere. And then you rewind him and he gets rebuilt very graphically. That's about to be on a Nintendo console.
Interesting. That's going to be fun. What do you think about Crash Bandicoot, though? What do you guys think about Crash Bandicoot making the jump to the Switch?
I was happy about that.
Very, very cool. And
we kind of knew about that, but yeah, it was really neat to see. What were you saying, Max?
I was going to say this is very interesting because specifically it now means for sure that Activision making these remasters for Sony, they're not exclusive. They're only exclusive for 1 year because this is coming out almost exactly 1 year later, which means that if we do get the Spyro Collection revealed in the next couple weeks, then very likely we're also going to get Spyro Collection in 2019 or on Switch.
I was saying that on the stream. I was like, if this says it's any time after June, then it's definitely a 1 year exclusivity deal between Sony and Activision. And they say July. And I was like, that's a 1 year exclusivity deal. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's pretty funny. Sure. So keep that in mind for Spyro when that gets announced either later this month or next month. Yeah, probably a 1 year thing. So, you know, if you want to, also nothing about the PC version released yet for that. Was there?
No, not yet. But when Eurogamer has reported that it exists and their sources have all been really dead on.
Yeah. So that was a good one. I would like to see the merge Crash with Smash Bros. Though. That'd be killer to have that.
Man. I would buy the collector's edition, the Crash Smash Dash.
Undertale also got announced. Slightly surprising, although it was on the Vita and the PS4 and of course PC. So it was. You like Undertale?
No, I hate
Undertale.
Really?
Interesting.
Undertale to me is the modern Earthbound, where I'm just like, it's okay. I don't get it though.
Well, yeah, that would be a huge compliment to them because you know the director is obsessed with Earthbound.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's a cool game. I'm glad people like it. I just it did nothing for me. I was definitely I was definitely more into like I'm sure you guys mentioned it, but Okami. I thought that was pretty cool because I haven't picked that up yet.
Oh yeah, I said if you've never played it, go buy it. Like
I played the original, but I haven't played the HD one.
Ooh, okay, cool. Oh yeah, Leo says no Wolfenstein release date. No, none. And then okay, so Mitchell, I'm gonna put your mind at ease here. You said the Crash Bandicoot footage looked 30 frames per second. The PS4 version is also 30 frames per second. So you're okay there. But if you want the 60 frames per second experience, I assume you want the PC version.
Yeah,
I assume, yes. When that does get inevitably announced. Doug E says, do you think Nintendo knew there would be confusion about Smash, whether support or not, possibly to ramp up controversy and hype? Absolutely. I think that's why although I did kind of talk about that next, I feel like they don't want us to know yet. They want there to be speculation, and then they give us, I assume, kind of reveal at E3. That's going to be an E3 game at this point. I think we know. Treehouse maybe.
Yeah,
but,
I think Nintendo sort of held back on this direct to some degree, because I mean, you don't want to show everything that you're gonna showcase at E3.
This, in my mind, was one of the freaking strongest directs in recent memory, though. Man, I really thought that I as somebody who really loves Splatoon 2, I don't think I'll probably make a video on it, but I'm really looking forward to that DLC. I'm probably going to buy a Splatoon 2 season pass, and I never thought I'd say those words.
Interesting. I was curious how people would feel about a paid DLC for Splatoon 2, because that might end up splitting some of the multiplayer base. But I mean, people seem to be okay with it for the most part.
Yeah, I follow a lot of the Splatoon 2 fan base on Twitter, and everybody seemed extremely excited for it. I did not see a negative tweet about it, but I think it's one of those things where if you're still playing Splatoon 2 at this point, an extra $20 for an all new underground tunnel system series of maps, it's kind of like, yeah, sure, take my money.
Some people have put over 1,000 hours in that game by now. I think it's worth $80 then.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So any other announcements that I am missing that was really big? Captain Toad, we talked about that. Smash Bros is the big one. Did you guys like the way they did that? Kind of a little troll there at the end where it looked like it was more Splatoon information, and then they do the big fiery logo for Smash in their pupils.
I was pissed.
I knew it was going to be something, but for some reason I thought it was going to be Virtual Console. Like when it started fading into darkness, I thought it was going to be like the future, and then be like show like a Virtual Console symbol. But the fact that it was like literally my brain took about 30 full seconds to register what I was looking at. When it was just like, oh look, it's that fiery symbol, my brain was just like, this is it.
Buy RGT85 some chips. What chips were you eating again the other night, Sean? What chips were you eating? Were you having your the ones you almost choked on?
I muted myself. The habanero white cheddar from CVS is a CVS brand. They're delicious.
I bet you if you put that on a wish list on Amazon and then put like a link in your comments of your videos, like on the thing, and you'll probably end up with like truckloads of chips at your house one day.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset about that.
That's great. So now that we know we have here, it seemed like it was mostly a window they had in mind, pretty much from now until like, I want to say September, maybe, to start to fill in and then fill out more with E3. What did you guys think about the Travis Strikes Back, the No More Heroes? Did it look a little strange to you guys? Or
I super on board with that, but man, yeah, the Twitter hate around that, people are really confused. I think that looks awesome though, and I think it looks very cohesive, which is what kind of shocks me. Is even though it's all these different weird mini games that are totally different gameplay wise, I like that there's an overarching story as to why he's there. So I'm very open-minded to it, and right now I think it looks awesome.
I see some people saying in the chat that the Crash Bandicoot version on the Switch is the same price as the PS4 version.
Nice.
Good.
So good job, Activision. If that's the case, that's good. That's good if that's the case. Hopefully there's a physical version, because we saw what happened with Naruto, where they're doing a digital only.
They did the Wii U version,
we'll see in that case.
I think you're editing your video a little too loud there, RG.
I have my mute button, and I keep flipping back and forth, and whenever I want to talk, I mute myself.
So, Travis, what do you guys think that'll be okay if it's a $40 game, or do you think there could be a problem if that ends up being a $60 game?
I think it's gonna probably be $60, and personally, I'm fine with that. The fact that it is 7 pretty fleshed out mini games from different studios, I very much think of it as PS4 did this a couple times where they just box together a bunch of older indie games on a physical disc, and then they charge you like 40 or 50 or 60. This sort of reminds me of that, but it's $60 out of the gate.
Dark Souls Amiibo was a surprise by SwiftWolf Coyote. Yeah, I would say that was pretty cool. It's neat to see Dark Souls kind of get on that action, because there are gonna be people who don't buy the Switch version that'll buy that just because they really like the series and the franchise. So that's gonna sell well, absolutely.
Well. And what really kind of blew my mind was the fact that they're doing a open beta for it. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun to see.
Yes, I'm extremely interested in that, because I feel like they've been kind of keeping the details close to the vest, and I think it's just because they've been working on this now secretly for almost 2 years. So I think they are kind of being at that point where even the developers are probably like, come on, we got to let people play this thing. Holy hell.
Let me ask you, Max, you're going to choose between the PS4, the Switch, or the Xbox One version. Which one are you leaning towards for Dark Souls? Either way. I mean, you go with either one. I'm just curious where you're kind of leaning here. Because the PS4 version, I believe, will be 60 frames per second. I think the Switch is 30. I think the resolution is the same, though, across all of them. I'm
probably going to lean 100% towards Switch. But the reason why is just because it is a different experience. And honestly, I really like my Switch controller a lot. I really like the standard Joy-Con controller. So I feel like playing through it again with a different controller will feel newer.
Does the idea of it being portable interest you as you're a Dark Souls fan? I know that.
Not really, because honestly, when I play Dark Souls, I really grip my controller and I really focus. Like sometimes when I game, I'll turn on like a podcast or something. I like Dark Souls because I can't do that. I have to really lock in, and I feel like if I'm playing it as a handheld, I can't fully engage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. That's I think it's gonna be interesting to just see that game as a portable game. You know, it's gonna be very interesting to see that. Even if you don't play it a lot like that, to kind of have it in your hands and be like, "This is Dark Souls." You know, that'll be interesting to just see.
I'm going with the Switch version solely because if I got the PS4 version and reviewed it on my channel, it'd probably get about 10,000 views. And if I reviewed the Switch version, it could get like 4 to 5 times that. So it just makes sense, you know. I mean, fuck it. But yeah,
I was dropping those truth bombs.
I mean, it is what it is. People don't watch me for PS4 stuff as much as I try, but yeah, I'll try to transition that. But yeah, I mean, the Switch version definitely is.
You know, my most popular videos is the PS4. It's so weird. Yeah. And the Sega Spartan, man. That's a great system.
Sega stuff does well for me too, so who the hell knows?
Sega Spartan, man. It's good. It's a good system. Man. So overall, you guys were happy with the Direct?
I'm personally extremely happy. Yes. I would probably give it an 8 or an 8.5.
It got a lot of third-party support, and I know people like to say port machine, but honestly, you got to build that library, and some of these games aren't coming that much later, right? It seems like Crash is coming a month after it's technically available after that 1 year of exclusivity. Sean, what do you think? Were you happy with it?
I think I gave it like a 6 or 6.5 in my video. I thought there was a lot of good things, a lot of ports. I kind of didn't want to be too selfish on it because for me personally, like Okami, South Park, Crash, like I haven't played those versions of those games. I actually own Crash on the PS4, but I never opened it for some reason. So I'm excited to play those games, but I could definitely see the other side of the coin where if you are a multi-platform owner, there wasn't a whole lot for you if you've already played those games.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was definitely, I will give you that. It's definitely, I've beaten almost every game they showed, which is a weird thing to think about.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So that's our post show, guys. Make sure you check both of them out. Max, where can they find it? It looks like you just posted something too. I got an alert just now for it.
I did. YouTube.com/Dreamcast guy. I just put up a video of the top 10 best Switch games so far because this opening year has been way more intense than I thought. So check it out. There is one port on my list though, so feel free to get mad at me.
Ooh. Top 10 Switch. Yeah, go check that out. Top 10 Nintendo Switch games. What about you, Sean? I know you're doing a video now, but where can they find you, man?
You can find me on RGT85. We'll have a video up hopefully within an hour or two if I can get this edited well. And then, of course, we have RGT News tomorrow where we're going to talk about more than just the Direct stuff. It's kind of a shittier version of Spawn Newswave, but whatever. It works.
Oh, man. I hear a lot of people really just listen to it in their car and stuff, so... Yeah, maybe I might do too much for that. I don't know.
I don't know. Like initially I got like the first episode, I got a lot of comments that I was ripping you off, but now I guess, I don't know. Cause we're kind of different people. So we approach things differently.
I mean, it's gaming news. I don't really,
right.
I don't know. It's not, I don't know how much more you can do with it unless I don't know. I'll just start doing hammer bash transitions or something. I don't know. There's not much you can do. People do news on that. It's really personality and maybe you like the way it looks or something or microphone knows, you know. But I think really everyone should check out everybody here. So, you know. Yeah. And also Sean's goes live an hour after mine. So you got time to watch Newswave and then you can go watch RGT News.
Exactly.
You know, and sometimes I'll try to pick out things that he might not cover, and he probably does stuff I don't cover just to make it interesting for everybody. So it's fun. So yeah, make sure you check everyone out. And then tomorrow, I will have the interview with Chris Lee live. I think in the afternoon. I'll have that live for you guys. Asked him quite a bit about loot boxes, and even asked him if he does play games or not, or if he's into gaming. So Make sure you check that one out. Also asked him the question as to does he watch YouTubers like Jim Sterling and stuff, and then also asked what he would do or what their plan is for these companies that want to add loot boxes after the game's release. So questions all over the place there. But thanks, guys, for checking this out. Our post show, RGT85, Dreamcast guy. Check him out. Thanks to the 5,700 of you that came out and watched with me. That was pretty cool to see that live number. So thanks, guys. And I will definitely be live streaming, I guess, E3. We'll do it again. So thanks, guys, and I will see you next time.